here's my issue. I've been having a problem with the Wright cutting out. It does it on bumps. It doesn't matter if I'm going fast or slow. Now, for the last month and a half, I've been doing like a bunch of testing on this before I went making a video or posting on it, just to find out if I could figure out what the problem was and solve it myself. So I've tried running it with low fuel, half tank fuel, and full fuel. Doesn't matter, does it anyway. It only does it on occasion, and on certain bumps it doesn't matter if I'm going fast or if I'm going slow. I've tried slowing way down. I can't for the life of me figure out what the hell is causing it. The first thing I thought was the safety switch in the platform. So there's only 2 screws that hold it in. I took it out, I brought it up here, and I zip tied it. When it presses in, it cuts the machine out. When it's out, the machine's fine. So I put it up there temporarily. That's not the issue. What I did was made a post on the Wright owners group forum, and I knew it was going to be good and bad. I tagged Ed Wright in it because, you know, if you guys know him, I mean, I met him at GIE and I've talked to him a bit, and he is just a wealth of knowledge, just a genius. So my initial thoughts were that Ed would have the answer, and he kind of did and he kind of didn't. I got a lot of good feedback, and I got some ridiculous feedback. Some people, you know, because I tagged Ed, some people were just on there to kiss his ass, and that's all that was, you know. They're like, oh, mine does it, but so many people had commented, yep, same problem. It didn't matter if it was a ZK, if it was a Sport X, or if it was just a Standard X, Gen 2, Gen 1, whatever, it didn't matter. Everybody said the same thing. One guy said all Kawasaki's do it. That's not true. I've owned 100 Kawasaki's, from sit down 0 turns to walk behinds to standers. Never had this issue ever before, unless it was a safety switch, and once you bypass that to do some testing, you find out that that was the problem. Not in this case. So that was wrong. Other guys that told me, yep, had the problem. There's a ground wire in the back of the motor next to the starter that was loose, and that's what was doing it. Every time you hit a bump, it would jerk that wire. I haven't checked that yet, so I still have to. A bunch of people said that, you know, the float inside the bowl of the carburetor, because it's, when you hit a bump, it's simulating like if you're rolling over, so it's cutting the machine out. What it does when I hit a bump is it sounds like it's cutting the machine out, and it blows a puff of black smoke and then continues on going. It's a real pain in the butt, and then you gotta stop and you gotta back up, because when it hiccuped like that, it didn't cut that section of grass. So you gotta back up, go over it again, you know, and it's just a real pain. But so I didn't get any real answers. You know, Ed said the same thing with the Kawasaki. I think he mentioned the carburetor, so I can't remember exactly what he said on the post, but I'm just not getting an answer, and I don't know what it is. And if I don't figure it out soon, I think I just hit 90 hours on the machine. If I don't figure it out soon, you guys know me, that thing will have a for sale sign on it and gone. There's a reason I stopped buying used mowers years ago. I don't have time for this. I didn't spend, you know, with the cost of the machine, the accelerator bagger, the upgraded pad system I put on it, the trimmer rack that I put on it, just all the upgrades, everything I did to it, I'm well over $10,000, and I didn't spend that kind of money just to have this happen. It, you know, and I'm not even saying at 80 something hours. It's pretty much been doing it for the last month and a half. It's been doing it since I got it, but I initially thought it was just a safety switch and platform, so I tried to step down harder. But so I don't know. Maybe somebody will have an answer for me. I'm gonna look into that ground wire. I just don't have time to do it right now. We'll see what happens.